It's early morning, you're enjoying your favorite coffee, scrolling through messages when suddenly you're jolted by words that feel like ice water down your spine, a harsh remark or an unkind act. Instantly, the brightness of your day dims. Facing toxic individuals is an inevitable part of life, but our response can dramatically alter the situation. Have you noticed how a single negative comment can linger in your mind far longer than any praise? It's like a stubborn stain on your favorite shirt that won't come out. But here's where your control comes into play. You can choose to acknowledge this stain without letting it spoil your day or your mood. It's crucial to understand that these harsh moments say more about the other person's inner struggles and insecurities than about your worth. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, provides timeless wisdom. When someone criticizes or hates you, look into their soul, see what kind of person they are. You'll find no reason to be anxious about their opinion of you. This insight encourages us to see beyond superficial exchanges, to grasp the deeper reasons behind people's actions. This encounter with negativity also offers a unique chance for introspection. I challenge you to delve deep, peeling back layers of societal expectations and masks. What truths about yourself might have been obscured by the judgments of others? Are you allowing their negativity to define your day or your value? Let's embark on this journey of self-discovery, finding ways not just to manage toxic people, but to fortify our sense of self. 1. Self-awareness. You've likely crossed paths with someone who seems to trigger every negative response within you, right? We label these people as toxic because they spread their negativity like a thick fog, clouding your clarity. But what if I told you there's a method to clear this fog? It begins with self-awareness. Just as knowing you're allergic to smoke prompts you to steer clear, understanding your reactions to toxic individuals can empower you to maintain emotional distance. This reminds me of a lesson from an old fencing coach who taught that true skill in fencing isn't just in the attack, but in knowing when to evade. Each time a toxic person strikes out, visualize yourself performing a perfect dodge. You don't take the hit because you're conscious of your boundaries and respect them enough not to let them be crossed. This doesn't demand retaliation or anger, just a serene, unyielding understanding of your identity. Integrating this awareness into your daily life isn't as daunting as it might seem. Think of it like learning to tie your shoes. Initially, it requires focus, but soon it becomes second nature. When confronted with negativity, step back and ask, why does this upset me? Or, what can I learn from this? These questions aren't about excusing others, but about strengthening your mental resilience. Remember, this journey isn't a fairy tale. There will be times when it's easier to react in kind, but such victories are fleeting and hollow. Every choice to respond rather than react is made not for ease, but because it's right for you. Building this internal fortress is about strength and calm, not arrogance, acknowledging negativity without letting it dictate your actions. Embrace this challenge. It hones you, making you more resilient, and in the long term, undeniably stronger. 2. Forgiveness and memory. Look up at the sky. Notice how the stars shine brilliantly against the dark? Think of these stars as the people who enrich your life, illuminating your way with their understanding and empathy. Conversely, you might encounter black holes, symbolic of toxic people who drain your joy and energy. Here's the question: can you navigate this cosmic dance of relationships without being pulled into these voids? Picture yourself as a spacecraft, not propelled by fuel, but by courage and wisdom. This courage is your forgiveness, the battery that frees you from the weight of others' faults, allowing you to rise above toxic influences. It liberates you from the gravity of resentment that binds you to pain and grudges. However, every spacecraft needs navigation, and this is where your memory comes in, storing life's lessons, whispering reminders to steer clear when a known black hole appears on your path. Past interactions with toxicity are not chains, but markers on a map, guiding you towards safer orbits. Each lesson learned, each strong emotion felt, becomes a beacon, helping you avoid those pitfalls in future interactions. The blend of forgiveness and memory acts as your compass through the intricate maze of relationships. With these thoughts in mind, reflect on your journey through this celestial dance. Who in your life shines like a star, and from whom should you navigate away like a black hole? Use your forgiveness to push forward and your memory to navigate, ensuring you don't repeat the same dance moves. In this dance of life, aim to be the spacecraft that navigates through cosmic chaos with grace, powered by forgiveness and guided by the wisdom of memory. 3. Emotional stability. Navigating life when surrounded by toxic individuals can feel like wandering through a thick mist. You lose your bearings, and each step seems uncertain. But what if I told you there's a method to dissipate this fog? It begins within, through the cultivation of emotional stability, guided by Stoicism. Consider that person who remains unshaken amidst turmoil, like a mountain enduring a tempest. This isn't about being detached or heartless. It's about recognizing that the only aspect truly within our control is our reaction to external circumstances. Stoicism teaches us that our strength is in our response, not in attempting to control the uncontrollable. Thus, when confronted with toxicity, we tap into our inner Stoic. Rather than diving into the drama, we pause. It's akin to standing in the calm eye of a hurricane while the world around you rages. This pause allows us to breathe, think, and act from a place of rational tranquility. It's about redirecting our focus from the chaos around us to how we'll allow it to impact our inner peace. How do we achieve this? Through mindfulness, a term much bandied about these days, yet its effectiveness is undeniable. Mindfulness allows us to step back, observe the turmoil without being engulfed by it. It's not about dismissing the toxicity, but acknowledging it without letting it control our peace. Like clouds passing in the sky, these moments are transient. So the next time you're enveloped by negativity, remember, you are the builder of your own peace, crafting it to be sturdy and resilient. 4. Setting boundaries. Imagine entering a reality where every encounter paints a stroke on the canvas of your day. Some add vibrant colors, enhancing your life's beauty, while others leave dark, heavy smudges, the work of toxic individuals. These interactions do more than just mark time. They reshape your day, mood, and even your self-view. Reflect on the Stoics of old, who were adept at mastering their minds, not by shunning adversity, but by strengthening their mental fortifications. They understood that not every opinion, critique, or negative vibe warrants our attention. What if I suggested that dealing with toxic people could be approached with this Stoic mindset? It's not about erecting an unscalable barrier, but about deciding which doors to open and when. This selective engagement doesn't diminish you. Rather, it positions you as the curator of your peace. Think of your energy as a scarce, precious commodity, like water in a desert. Each interaction is like a drop you choose to give away. Would you rather share it with someone who nurtures growth in your desert, or someone who lets it evaporate under disdainful scrutiny? Setting boundaries is about wisely investing your energy, not with haughtiness or scorn, but with the composed determination of a Stoic who values his time and self-worth. It's about calmly stating, "Here is where I draw my line," because your peace isn't up for negotiation. With this mindset, approach each day as an opportunity to create your masterpiece, directing your energy towards cultivation and growth. Remember, setting boundaries is an act of self-respect and wisdom, not aggression. Begin today, not by severing ties, but by defining where your garden ends and the wilderness begins, and watch how your life's landscape evolves. If this resonates with you, share your thoughts in the comments, give a like to amplify the message, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights. 5. Energy intelligence. Have you ever found yourself in the company of someone whose presence feels like a storm cloud, turning your sunny disposition upside down. Navigating the turbulent waters of interactions with toxic people can test even the most serene minds. But let's shift our focus inward and explore the concept of energy intelligence as our guide. Envision your energy as a protective wall, akin to the walls of an ancient city, safeguarding your tranquility and repelling unwarranted negativity. Now, consider the power of choice in these encounters. Just as you choose the fuel for your car, affecting its performance and durability, you have the power to decide how you engage with or react to those who drain your energy. Opting for patience and understanding or choosing not to engage at all can be the super fuel that optimizes your emotional well-being, keeping you steady on your path. This isn't about evading conflict. It's about equipping yourself with wisdom to make choices that resonate with your peace. Harnessing this intelligence transcends mere self-control. It's about creating an aura around you so grounded that even the fiercest storm can't shake your foundation. Like a tree with deep roots, you remain unmovable, not because the wind doesn't blow, but because you've mastered the art of flexibility without breaking. This resilience and adaptability diffuse toxic energy, giving it no option but to dissipate or move on. Reflect on how you've managed your energy amidst adversity. When overwhelmed by someone else's negativity, did you let their storm cloud your sky, or did you shine brighter, guiding both of you back to serenity? This journey isn't about becoming immune, but about recognizing the wellspring of strength and wisdom within you, ready to meet any challenge. Pause, breathe, and remind yourself of the control you possess. Moving forward, how will you channel this energy intelligence not only to protect your peace, but also to illuminate the path for others? Remember, the true measure of your inner strength isn't in avoiding the storm, but in how gracefully you dance in the rain. 6. Focus on goals. Do you ever set your sights on something you truly desire, whether it's mastering a new skill, hitting a fitness goal, or advancing in your personal projects? It feels like you're on a clear, straightforward path, doesn't it? But then, out of nowhere, you bump into individuals or situations that dampen your enthusiasm. These encounters can knock you off course, much like a gust of wind altering the flight of a paper airplane. It's disheartening to say the least. Take Jordan's story as an example. Jordan was fully committed to launching his small online business, but he faced waves of skepticism from friends and family. Some voiced doubts openly, while others hinted at safer routes. It's a situation many of us can relate to. Instead of getting caught up in pointless arguments or trying to justify his ambitions, Jordan focused on honing his skills, expanding his knowledge, and building his business step by step. What can we glean from Jordan's journey? A firm belief in your vision and a refusal to let negativity veer you off your path. This leads us into managing interactions with toxic people, a skill that demands finesse. The Stoics had a profound insight. They concentrated on what we can control, our reactions, since changing others is beyond our reach. Managing how we respond to them, however, is very much in our control. It's about keeping a mental shield up, ensuring that negativity doesn't cloud our judgment or spirits. Think of wearing a raincoat in a downpour. It doesn't stop the rain, but it keeps you dry. That's the resilience we're striving for. So, the next time you face skepticism or negativity about your goals or ambitions, channel Jordan. Redirect your energy not towards convincing skeptics, but towards strengthening your own journey. Offer a smile, a nod, and continue with your endeavors. You have goals to achieve, and negativity shouldn't occupy your mind without contributing positively. Embrace Stoicism, focus on your actions, enjoy the journey, and let the critics fade into the background noise. Remember, this is your journey, and you alone navigate your path. 7. Seeking support. Every so often, we come across people who seem to challenge our peace of mind on every front. You know the type. Those whose mere presence feels like a storm cloud on what was supposed to be a sunny day. It's like being stuck in quicksand. The more you struggle to stay calm, the deeper you sink into frustration or anger. This complex dynamic is what we commonly experience when dealing with toxic individuals. It's not just a test of our patience, but, more critically, of our stoicism. Let's delve deeper into how seeking support in these scenarios isn't a sign of weakness, but of wisdom. Just as a single candle can dispel darkness, sharing your struggles with someone who understands can illuminate pathways you hadn't noticed before. These individuals don't fight your battles for you. Instead, they bolster your resolve, reminding you of your own mental fortitude. Imagine having a wise elder by your side, offering guidance from a deep well of experience. That's the kind of support that can help you navigate through toxicity with grace. To tap into our Stoic strength, we must acknowledge when outside perspectives can be beneficial. We can't control others' actions, but we can control our reactions through the art of Stoicism, learning to detach and view situations from a broader, more insightful perspective. It's like zooming out on a map to spot alternative routes that were invisible when zoomed in. By seeking support, we give ourselves room to breathe, reflect, and respond in ways that align with our values and inner peace. Now reflect on your own encounters with challenging people. Have you navigated these waters alone, relying only on your strength? Or have you sought that supportive viewpoint that could change everything? Remember, the hallmark of Stoicism isn't silent endurance, but the wisdom to engage with the knowledge around us, making our journey through life smoother and more enlightened. 8. Control of negative self-talk. Remember that first time you met someone whose energy felt like a rain cloud on your parade? We've all been there, feeling the weight of another's negativity pulling us down. Interestingly, how we speak to ourselves when dealing with toxic people can either armor us or be our Achilles heel. Think of your mind as a garden where each thought about yourself is a seed. Planting seeds of strength and resilience helps you stand tall, but if you sow doubts and fears, those toxic weeds can choke out all the good. But that's only part of the story. Walking away isn't always possible, and here's where Stoicism's ancient wisdom comes into play. It's not about what happens to us, but how we choose to react. Stoicism teaches us that true strength lies in our responses. So, when navigating the stormy seas of someone's negativity, be mindful of your inner dialogue. Instead of pondering, "Why do I have to deal with this?" ask yourself, "How can I grow from this experience?" This shift in perspective isn't just wordplay. It's about reclaiming your power. Another tool at your disposal is detachment, a subtle, powerful act, not of coldness or neglect, but of wisely choosing where your energy goes. Picture negative comments as arrows. If your self-worth is a shield, they can't pierce you. This doesn't mean you won't feel the sting sometimes, but remember, those arrows can only harm if you allow them. Reflect on how often you let external negativity sway your self-talk. Controlling this isn't about fortifying your heart against the world, but knowing your value, understanding that your reaction is your power, and sometimes simply deciding not to surrender your peace. Stoicism is not about living without emotion, but about choosing which battles are worthy of your heartbeats. Remember, the only person you can truly control in this life is yourself. 9. Solution-oriented approach. Do you ever ponder how best to deal with the toxic people we all encounter? It's like trying to find your way through a thick fog where every step feels uncertain and the atmosphere is oppressive. The key lies in adopting a solution-oriented mindset, deeply rooted in Stoicism. This approach transforms these encounters from sources of frustration into opportunities for personal growth and emotional intelligence. Flipping the script on toxic interactions demands creativity. Think of it like a chess game where you plan several moves ahead, anticipating reactions without getting emotionally entangled. This involves listening more than speaking and responding with a calmness that's admired but mastered by few. Such strategic thinking allows you to keep your peace, avoiding the pull of chaos. Adaptability is your greatest ally here. enabling you to stay true to your values while navigating difficult personalities. Picture yourself as a tree with firm roots but flexible branches. You bend with the wind of toxicity but never break. This resilience not only strengthens your character, but also equips you to handle any storm. I invite you to reflect on how you respond to negativity or manipulation. While you can't control the presence of toxic people, your response is entirely within your control. By adopting a Stoic, solution-oriented mindset, you're not merely sidestepping negativity, you're crafting a life of peace, resilience, and dignity. Remember, what defines us is not the challenges we face, but how we surmount them. 10. Avoid unnecessary arguments. Choosing your battles wisely is age-old advice, yet it's never been more pertinent than in our current era, where every interaction can feel like stepping through a minefield. When dealing with toxic individuals, it's akin to navigating a maze in darkness. You might bump into obstacles at any turn. The strategy isn't to charge blindly at every barrier, but to navigate around them, deciding which paths merit your attention. Some conflicts are mere dead ends, draining your energy without offering any resolution or benefit. Recognizing this can spare you countless headaches. You might be surprised to find that sometimes the most potent action is inaction. Silence can be more impactful than any retort. When toxic people seek to provoke a reaction, they're often looking for signs that their barbs have struck. By choosing not to engage, you deflate their sails. This isn't about ignoring issues, but about refusing to let them dictate your behavior. Your energy is a valuable resource. Invest it in battles that matter. Beware of the trap of trying to alter someone's toxic behavior through argument or reason. It's like attempting to douse a fire with gasoline, only intensifying the blaze. Instead, pose reflective questions to help them view things differently, shifting from confrontation to dialogue. This approach may not work every time, and that's acceptable. The aim isn't to win every skirmish, but to preserve your peace and dignity. On this battlefield, empathy serves as your shield and patience as your sword. Understanding another's perspective doesn't mean you agree or condone their behavior. It shows your strength in looking beyond the surface. Everyone fights their own battles, many of which are unknown to us. By exercising patience, you buy time to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. This doesn't make you weak, it makes you wise. Reflect on your past encounters with difficult people. Are there patterns you've observed? Are there fights you've engaged in that weren't worth your energy? Remember, Stoicism isn't about being devoid of emotion, but about controlling how those emotions guide you. Not every battle is yours to fight. So, next time you face a potential argument, take a step back, breathe, and ask if it's truly worth your peace. 11th, detection of false cordiality. Isn't it astonishing how quickly a casual conversation can spiral into a heated argument? It's like watching a small spark ignite into a raging wildfire, consuming everything in its path. But here's the critical point. Not every spark needs to become a fire, particularly when dealing with toxic people. Understanding false cordiality could be your fire extinguisher. It's about spotting when someone feigns alliance while secretly preparing to stoke the flames. Body language doesn't deceive. A smile that doesn't reach the eyes or arms tightly crossed over the chest are clear signs of insincerity, hinting at hidden motives rather than true concern. Take a moment to tune into what isn't said. The tone that's sweet but devoid of warmth or a laugh that feels out of place can reveal more than words ever could. These subtleties in communication are like unseen threads, pulling at your intuition, guiding you to realize that not all is as it seems. The way someone speaks can mirror their true intentions, transparent to those who pay attention. Now reflect on the behavioral patterns you've noticed. Consistent actions are the true measure of character, like the steady rhythm of a drum, while behavior that fluctuates based on an audience is as fleeting as a leaf in the wind, indicating a performance rather than genuine friendship. Observing these patterns is vital in human interactions, where consistency reigns supreme. Discerning through the veneer of false cordiality isn't just about protecting yourself from toxic relationships, it's about fostering an environment where authentic connections can thrive. Be the beacon of authenticity in a sea of pretense, guiding others to the shores of genuine interaction. So, when something feels off, trust your instincts, watch for the signs, and remember, not every extended hand in friendship is worth grasping. Stay steadfast. Your path is unique to you. Your peace is a fortress. Guard it with Stoic wisdom. Exploring Stoicism isn't just about managing toxic individuals. It's about leading a more enriched life. Be steady, be strong, be Stoic.